Hello friends, Sammy Graham doing TCGs yet again. Here we are. This time we got Flesh and Blood Super Slam. I know a lot of people have not been looking forward to this set. And I kind of get it, especially it's not really my classes either. As I adjust my camera a bit, sorry about that. It's not really my classes. And I know a lot of people just hate the general vibe, like the combo, the rock stars versus going back to the, the pit combat kind of vibe. I actually really like how goofy and just jazzy this whole thing is. So I'm legitimately actually very excited for this set. Just from the, okay, this looks neat. Plus, there's a nice warrior card in the expansion slot that I am going to need a few copies of. So, here we are. We got some Flesh and Blood Super Slam. My very first case of it. Which is just super exciting. Alright, let's see what we can do to start off. Box 1 of Case 1. Super Slam. We've got all kinds of neat stuff. Got another KO. We got Pleiades. We got, just so much delightful silliness. Let's dig in and see how much delightful silliness we can find. Oh, snap. Okay. I didn't realize this. Right off the bat at the top, we have us a Majestic. I guess that's, since it's a Ranger action, that's got to be the expansion slot up on top. That's kind of wild. Cruel Ambition. It's reviled. So we've got 2 reviled and 2 revered heroes. So we got Cruel Ambition, create 3 might tokens. Cheers. When this enters or leaves arena, the crowd cheers you. Another reviled action. So we got a bunch of these. And this is just a straight reviled one, not a reviled brute or guardian. Control 3 or more auras. This gets +3, and when this hits, the crowd boos you. Which I think those are you booing or cheering is you get a token, a counter, heroic pose. Next attack this turn gets +2, and you get cheered. Instill fear. When this attacks a hero, intimidate. 0 for 3, intimidate. Decent enough. Give them a piece of your mind. Combat chain closes. If this didn't hit, the defending hero creates vigor. Combat chains. If the chain closes, if this didn't hit, create confidence. If this has 6 or more attack, it gets +3. Sure. Dramatic pause. Suspense. This enters the arena with 2 suspense counters. At the start of your turn, remove a suspense counter. When it has none, destroy it. This enters the arena. Target defending action cards get +. I actually really like this. All the different possibilities for those delayed. Okay, in 2 turns, I'm going to be shooting for a really good one right behind you. Ooh, we got a super rare. We've got super rares again this set too. That's another silly weird thing. Love it. Energetic Impact. When this defends together with a card with 6 or more attack, create vigor. I'm not sure I actually love that, but sure. And story beats. Alright. At least for the first few packs, I'm going to be stopping and looking at a bunch of the cards because, oh hey, there's our gal, Pleiades, the young version. She is revered. Instant, tap it, remove a suspense counter from an aura you control. You may put a suspense counter on an aura of suspense you control. So basically, you remove a suspense counter and you may move it somewhere else, but you don't have to. Whenever the crowd cheers, create confidence. Okay. So that's what the thing is. So when the crowd cheers, you get the token. Not, it just, for her, like that's her ability. You don't just automatically get it. That makes sense. Defends a reviled hero's attack. Destroy a might token they control. If you do, create toughness. Cool. Act of Glory. I'm not gonna. I've decided I'm glancing at some of them, but the comments I'll give enough of a time that, you know, if somebody wants to pause, they can maybe take a look at it. But tough smash up. I don't know why. Goodness though. All right. Punch above your weight, but we got a second Majestic already. This one not from the expansion slot. Cries of Encore. When this attacks a hero, if you have less health than them, the crowd cheers you. If you've been cheered, this gets when this hits a hero, you may play an aura of suspense from your graveyard this turn. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. Okay, so Vigor and Confidence. Cool. So Vigor, we know what Vigor is. That's not new. Confidence. At the start of your turn, destroy this. Then the next attack action card you play this turn can't be defended by more than 2 non-block cards. That's wild. And Toughness is at the start of your opponent's turn, destroy this. When the next action card you defend with gets +1 defense this chain link. Okay, sure. Heroic Pose. That's a nice revered card. I dig that. I went faster than I meant to. I apologize. I just don't know how many times I went faster than I meant to, so I'm not rerunning it. Prime the Crowd. There's a rare foil, Offensive Behavior. A super rare Turn Heads, full of bravado. When this actually defends, if you control an aura of suspense, create. Okay. And super rare Turn Heads. Guardian instant. What do we do? Suspense 2, when this leaves the arena, tap target brute hero. They don't untap during their next end phase. That could be interesting. I'm excited to actually like sit down and play some of this though. Slow down my comments so people can look. Laughing Knee Slappers. If you control a Might and Vigor token, it's +2 Blade Break. Okay, so that can block pretty strong. Goon Buttery. Arrogant Showboating and an Uplifting Performance. I think that was the first pack that didn't have a super rare or a majestic in it. Oh, hey, there's our Adult Goliath Goldmane, which a lot of people are thinking is basically a Tyrion Lannister proxy, which is fun. The base attack and damage, or attack and defense cards of cards you control are halved. Rounded up. 5 becomes 3. Pay 2. Crowd boos you. Defending action cards you get +1 block this turn. Whenever the crowd boos you, create Might. Okay. Oh, that's right. But the 5 intellect, he drinks and he knows things. I get it. So he gets extra cards, but he's weaker. That's fascinating. Bash Guardian. Stronger survive and look tough. When this attacks. Oh, is that a 3 cost 8 attack? -1 unless you pay 1. Good grief though. That's still pretty. Yeah, it drops off, but it's still pretty toasty. Catch of the Day. The next arrow attack gets +2. If a Go Fish effect would trigger this turn, instead it triggers twice. So there's a Pirate Ranger action. We already got a Ranger, so now we got a Pirate Ranger action. Plate of Tough Love. Control confidence and toughness, gets +2, same kind of deal. Brothers in Arms, I remember that. Asking for trouble, foil. When this defends, create vigor under the attacking hero's control. Disturb the Peas. This can't be defended by Guardian Auras. When this hits a Guardian hero, destroy an aura they control. Okay. That feels like tough nut. There we go. Tap, pitch the top card of your deck. If it has 6 or more, the crowd cheers. Whenever the crowd cheers, create toughness. So there's a Revered and a Reviled of each class, Brute and Guardian. So we've at least seen one version of 3 of them thus far. If you control confidence, it might +2. Okay, so same deal there. Bash Brood again. Smashing Ground. So I guess super rares are pretty common. It seems like we're hitting them about every other pack. When this hits a hero, destroy a card in arsenal. Okay, so it's basically if it's boosted, it's Command and Conquer. I don't hate that. I mean, I don't think I'm going to enjoy playing against it, but that's a solid card, I think. Feisty Locals again. There is another Majestic. No hero stands alone. So Revered, while this is in a zone, if you've controlled a toughness token this turn, it gets +3 ambush. When this defends, clash with the attacking hero. The winner may choose an attacking or defending card to get -3/-3 this turn. I'm going to have to give that one some thought. That's kind of wild. You can defend from Arsenal with that. That's fascinating. Hold firm. Pay 3, destroy it, create 3 toughness, activate only if you have less health than each other hero. Bask. So we've only had like 2 the super rares have got to be basically every other pack, because I think we've only had 2 packs that didn't have at least a super rare, which I guess means they're not super rare. But next attack card you play this turn gets +2. Sure, that's at least a decent sealed and or commoner. Ooh, a double super rare pack. We got the old Switcheroo in foil. Discard this the next time you clash with a target hero this turn. Instead, you reveal the top card of their deck, and they reveal the top card of your deck. If you win the clash, they discard a card. That's funny. I like that. And Kick the Hornet's Nest. When an opponent's effect puts this into your graveyard from anywhere, create confidence, might, toughness, and vigor. Okay. Sure. Power up big time. Another Majestic. Hunter or Hunted. When this defends, name a card. The attacking hero reveals the top card of their deck. If it's the name card, banish it, search their hand deck. Oh, I don't like that at all. That hurts my feelings. Oh no. I don't like assassin cards that make me do stuff like that, because it means they've usually already looked and done something yucky. Gain a resource, sure. Which just means it's not going to go well for me the rest of the fight. I don't like that. Especially since they can steal all that card. There's another toughie. Who's the tough guy? There's something... I like the way the colors are popping in the set. Tension in the air. 2 steps ahead. At the start of your turn, destroy this, create confidence, and 3 might. It costs 0. But there is a lot of stuff now that is like ditching auras and stuff, but that's still pretty wild. Oh, snap. That's cool. It's just a common... Oh, that's my common cold foil. But it's full art. That's pretty wild. So we've got our cold foil. But I love that it's extended like that. Even if I wish it weren't a common. I like that the presentation's really nice. Ooh, up on a pedestal. When this enters or leaves arena, you may put a Revered or Guardian attack action card from your graveyard on top of your deck. So I wonder, I guess at this point, oh snap. 2 packs in a row. That is another cold foil. And a more gooder one. Backspin Thrust. Once per turn, tap a cog you control. This gets +1 or go again. Sweet. Okay. I've thought about playing Puffin, so that's a fun card for that. Old favorite. Yeah, so basically now, people have talked a long time about how basically rares in Flesh and Blood are basically uncommons. So I guess the super rares sort of become actually rares now. Sadistic Scowl and Discern. Man, 2 cold foils though. We got the Majestic Backspin Thrust and the Suspense is killing me. And I like that both of them are... I don't know if all cold foils are extended like... Yeah, see, there's the regular Suspense is killing me. I don't know if all the cold foils are extended like that, but I like that touch if so. Visit the Boneyard. So yeah, we're rocking along. Oh, there's a regular Backspin Thrust. There we go. I am pleased with that. The art overall just seems a little bit bolder. Bolder is the word I was looking for. It just looks a little bolder. It just pops off the card a little bit more. This set, it seems like. Ambush. You may defend with it from Arsenal. When this attacks or defends, it gets +1/+1 for each different name among aura tokens in the arena. Okay, and so that's not just saying yours either. So that's pretty nice. A cracked bubble. Hell, more feisty locals. A dramatic pause. The Comeback Kid and Story Beats. I mean, I'm having a hard time finding... Hey, there's KO, the last hero we hadn't seen any of the versions of yet. So there he is. So we've got both of the adult Revileds in this box. Start the game with 1 weapon zone because of the mostly armless thing. Instant pay 4 tap. Target action card you control has 6 base attack. Whenever the crowd boos you, create a vigor. I don't know if I like that or not. don't know if I like that or not. I'm sure there is going to be a very solid use for it that I'm just not thinking of, or a card I haven't paid attention to yet. If this has attack greater than its base, it gets +1. If this has 13 or more, it gets when this hits a hero, they discard their hand. When this hits a hero, oh man, that could be annoying. Ooh. Oh, their deck card. I don't like that card. Again, it's a good card. I don't like it from the perspective of I'm a Dorinthia main. Bruise, concealed object, and strong to survive. That's the perspective I don't like it from. Hey, there she is again. I was about to say, first year we've seen multiples of, but that's not true. We've seen multiple Tough Nut. Tough leather boots, right behind you. Another foil super rare, beat the same drum. If you have controlled, so you don't have to currently, this turn, create an agility token, then repeat for confidence, might, tough. That's got some potential. Big bully. When this attacks a hero, if you have more health, the crowd boos you. If you've been booed this turn, this card's base attack is... Okay. So there's a lot of pretty potent stuff that can build off of the booing and cheering. See, I just think this is fun. I know a lot of people don't like... Oh, my word. When this enters the arena at the start of your action phase, put target aura on the bottom of its owner's deck. Channel Earth. At the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on this, then destroy it unless you put an Earth card from your pit. Blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, talking about getting rid of auras. I believe I mentioned that earlier. And I completely forgot what I was saying. I apologize. Bark Obscenity. Shining Courage. Revered Instant. Okay. I want this hero. What are we? Are we a warrior? Are we a... That looks awesome. All right, 2 packs left. We've already... Oh, okay. I was about to say we've already got our stuff, but no. We have a rainbow foil of the Warriors Diplomacy reprint in the legendary slot. So we've got a legendary right off the bat. Okay, how do we want to do this? We're going to move super rares down off the board. Dang. Foil? We'll figure it out. We all know what Warmonger's Diplomacy is. It's got new art. But that's pretty awesome. It's always nice to find a Warmonger. There's a Liar's Charm. Choose any number. Steal a toughness or vigor token. The crowd boos you. Target hero loses and can't gain abilities this action phase unless they discard. So I was just saying, oh, there can't be anything else good. And then I get another super rare and a freaking legendary Warmonger's Diplomacy. So what do I know? Hungry for more. Another foil super rare. Suspense. When this leaves the arena, gain 3 life. Easy peasy. Alrighty. Let's keep rocking on into box 2. Got a really solid first one. Obviously, we got that Warmongers. A whole bunch of super rares, 3 super rare foils. We'll see how it kind of lands, whether that many super rares are really is the standard. We got 2 cool. We got a majestic and a common cold foil on top of that. So yeah, this is really, this is kind of wild so far. Edge of their seats. Will the crowd. So this is the first time we got 2 packs in a row with nothing more than a rare. That's wild. Familiar stench. There's our first super rare. Jaws of Victory. When this attacks a hero, if you have less health than them, the crowd cheers. If you've been cheered, go again. That's pretty... Okay, Revered Brute. That's pretty solid. I was kind of hoping that was going to be... I mean, it makes the most sense for Brute. Oh, hey. A second copy in the expansion slot of our Mage Hunter Arrow. We had one in the first pack of the last box. What do we do? Destroy this. The next time you would be dealt arcane damage this turn. Prevent 3. Activate this only while this is face up in arsenal. When this hits a rune blade or wizard, you may destroy an aura. That's a pretty good card and versatile. Knee slappers. Cheers. Up on a pedestal. We've seen one of these already. That's a fun revered card, though. Revered Guardian card, I should say. To be most specific. Toby Joes. Vigorous Roar. Alright, and there is Thespian Charm. This is kind of the Revered Guardian version of that choose any number card we saw a minute ago. Destroy a Might or Vigor token. The crowd cheers you. Return an aura permanent you control to its owner's hand. That's actually interesting. I think I like that. Catch of the Day. Second copy of that we've seen. So we're seeing a whole lot of... I feel like the expansion slot is popping up quite a bit. Cruel Ambitions, Disperse, and Vigorous Roar. So we've still gotten like two super rares. Oh, Snoop. Well, there's that sure thing. So we've got a Marvel Gallo End of the Line. So it costs 3. There's a 4/3, pay 1 and tap to attack. Instant, discard a card with Watery Grave until end of turn. Effects controlled by opponent can't trigger when their attacks. Well, that would be a card that I will be trying to be rid of as Dorinthia. Goodness gracious. So we've gotten a Marvel and a Legendary so far. Tough Nut Adult. So the only adult we don't have is Pleiades so far. Pleiades. Cut off at the knees. Oh, shoot. Greater than base gets +1. If they're 13 more attack, it gets when this hits, destroy the top 3 cards of their deck. Oof. And Hungry for More. Gain 3. We've seen a copy of that. Channel of the Tranquil Domain. We've seen one of these already as well. Definitely seeing a lot of the same Majestics popping up. Who's the tough guy? Vigorous Roar. Full of bravado. I mean, we got the Marvel, but I feel like overall this box has been a little bit less stacked than the first one. But we're also only halfway through it, and that could be a thing that I'm just wrong on my perception of. Unwavering Resolve. No cards in here yet, gets +4. Okay, this is the one that's basically last ditch effort. Okay. I could see it being a great finisher in sealed. Another Hunter Hunted. So it's like I said, we've been seeing a lot of the same Majestics. And not one of my dang warrior card yet. High Pitched Towel. Shining Courage. I still want that hero. All that armor. Big old sword. That is a hero I want. Take that. Beat the Same Drum. Another one that we have seen before. Cities. Feisty little cows. Punch above your weight. No tall tales. Great, it gets +1. When this hits a hero, cards they own lose and can't get go again during the next action phase. There are a lot of mean cards in here. Oh, snap. So Kasai's Majestic. Target sword attack gets go again. When this hits, create a Centauri Cell Sword. So I like that it tried to give me my Warrior Majestic. It was just the wrong one. That's okay. And I put all those in... Oh, no, I didn't. Good Clean Fight. Foil. This is attacking a hero, non-equipment cards they own, lose, and can't gain abilities. Okay. Start your turn. Okay, we've seen one of these before. I remember that. Create consonants and 3 might. Punching Gloves. Brothers in Arms. Act of Glory. That's a cool looking card. In the palm of your hand. When this enters or leaves the arena, draw a card. Okay, so when you play it, you draw a card. So this one, you're basically planning to draw an extra card later on. That's kind of cool. Well, and you draw one right then. That's fascinating. I don't hate that. Like you're trying to get that extra card for an oomph of a turn, or you know, get that extra blue maybe to pay for something. That's pretty rad. See, more Tough Nut than anyone else. High Pitched Towel. Gang Robbery. When this attacks, steal an aura. If you control 3 or more auras, gets +3. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bad either. That's kind of fun. Prime the Crowd. Jaws of Victory. We saw the non-foil of that. Battlefield Bacon. light warrior attack. So for now it's Bolton. When this attacks, choose one for each card you've banished from your soul this combat chain. You may choose the same mode up to 3 times. Create courage, toughness, vigor. Sure, that's pretty decent actually. That's not bad at all. Still not my warrior card though. I feel like it's just taunting me now. Energetic impact. Okay, we've seen one of these. Defends with a card of 6 or more. Create vigor. It's one of those things that you're probably hoping you don't do at any point, but yeah, what do you do? Who's the tough guy? Comeback kid and offensive behavior. We're getting to the bottom of this box. I'm guessing 4 packs left. There's another KO. Still not a Pleiades. We get another KO, but still not. Or, no, we got toughness. Just Pleiades. Fine. Renounce violence. Destroy up to 3 might. Create a toughness for each token destroyed this way. Sure. There she is. There's our superstar. We already read what she does on the young version. We got the adult one now too. Old favorite. When this attacks, if you've been cheered, this turn create toughness. When this defends, if it has 6 or more defense, put it on the bottom of its owner's deck when the combat change color. Okay, that has the potential to be some decent recursion. Fix the match. Majestic foil. When this attacks, search your deck for a card, then shuffle and put that card on top. Whenever a card defends this, clash with the defending hero. The winner creates a might token. So you're stacking your deck and for the next draw, and you're getting stacking it for the clash. That's not bad. Villainous pose and a non-foil fix the match. Sure thing. All right, 2 boxes down. Let me do my quick reset. I'm pretty happy. I mean, getting a legendary and a Marvel so far is tough to argue with. Can't be too mad about that. Especially such a useful legendary like Warmongers. That's just been a solid card since it came out, so we'll be happy with that. All right, box 3. I just knocked the packs all out of order. So now we'll never know how they were supposed to show up. But here we are. Box 3 is unboxed. Let's go. I did that very poorly. All right, we're going to do one more piece of reset after this one. I apologize. Sit. Cut off at the knees. Another one we've seen a few times. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my common vial and put it in this box over here so that I'm not super cramping down on my other stuff. Thank you for bearing with me a moment. Buckwild. Ooh. Good-natured brutality. Revered brute. When this defends, if you have no cards in hand, it gets +6 and the crowd cheers you. I don't know that's a situation I ever really want to be in, but in an emergency situation, that's actually pretty solid. Alright, this is box 3. We've got a legendary and a marvel already. Are we going to get anything else wild in these last 2 boxes? There is a non-foil old switcheroo, which is kind of a fun card if you're building clashes or you're like, oh, I need to have a clash, but my opponent keeps on having bigger attacks than me. What do I do? You pull the old switcheroo is what you do. Kick that hornet's nest. We've seen that one. I think I like opening this set. Powering Ruckus, Will of the Crowd. Hey, there's a second one. So we didn't see any forever, and then we finally, now that we did, they'll never stop, right? There's another copy of Thespian Charm. That's nice. This is, I was watching a couple videos of people talking about the Armory deck. Ooh. Painful Passage. You may banish an attack action card from your hand. If you do, it gets +3 or go again until end of turn. That's a nice Vincent card. There's only one copy of, I think it was Thespian Charm in the Blitz deck. Shining Courage. So it's nice to get multiples. We've already pulled 2 of those, right? Parched Terrain. Okay, now we're hitting. Heroes can't gain life. At the beginning of your end phase, put a sand counter on this, then destroy it unless you banish a red card for each count. I don't hate that. Could be really interesting in like Blitz Dromai. Challenge the Alpha. When this stacks a brute hero, it gets +2. When this hits a brute hero, they discard a card. If it has 6 or more attack, you lose 2 life. That's actually another pretty fascinating one. And I like that it's a brute on brute, challenging the Alpha. It's a brute on brute card. So it's another one of those things where it seems like there's a lot of stuff that, like, that's a, I feel like in Constructed, that's a sideboard at best. But it's a pretty potent sideboard if you fire it off. Dig it. Smash with Big Rock. It's just not as fun as Big Tree, I don't think. Cards defending this can't gain block. That's actually fascinating. We're almost out of sleeves from my box. I have a couple more random sleeves next to me. Hey, Backspin Thrust. There we go. Happy to see that. 3 total copies of it now. Couple more rando loose sleeves over here before we might have to, there's another KO, before we might have to grab another pack of sleeves. Crowd goes wild. We have seen it. Oh, maybe we haven't. You've been cheered this turn. This costs 3 less to play. So it's a 3/6. Oh, so it's free if you... Okay. So it is actually free if you tear down the idols. Have been cheered. That's fun. This attacks a revered hero. Intimidate. This hits revered. They discard a card. 3/7. That's another pretty good one. Wow, the grief sim impact. Oh, snap. So not a fully, like, not a small box one, but still a extended art. You see? Cold foil. Cries of Encore. Okay, so we've seen a regular Cries of Encore. Crowd cheers. Play an Aura of Suspense from your graveyard. Oh, snap. That's another solid card. Tame the beastly behavior. And wind up the crowd. We're rocking it. Except, what am I gonna say? My darn Corinthia card. My darn Dawnblade card. Edge of their seats. So this has been another pretty good box. We got that majestic cold foil. Reckless Stampede. That sounds familiar. When this card defends, clash with the hero, the winner deals 1 damage to the other hero. Each hero may put their revealed card on the bottom of its owner's deck. I had not seen that one yet. That's actually kind of interesting. Oh, snap. Okay. Another legendary. It is our Flick Knives reprint. That's pretty rad. Alright. It's a reprint, so I won't dig into it too hard, but that's another legendary. This is turning out. This feels like a good case. Oh my word. Felling of the Crown is a majestic reprint, but a very good one. Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, the more this goes on, the more I think I am still agreeing. A good, clean fight. That, I feel like this is a good case. We're still not in the last, but we got 2 legendaries and a Marvel already, and we're not in the last box. Y'all know I usually tell you, but Song of Sinew. Super. I ran out of the loose sleeves, so let's grab another pack of sleeves. Always gotta love another pack of sleeves. Alright. Still got, what, 5 packs left of box 3 of my first case of superslam. Turn heads. I don't think I've seen this one. This leaves the arena target tap target brute here. They don't. Maybe I've seen that. I've seen something similar to that at least. That's a good one. Brothers in Arms. Edge of their seats. Okay, this is a new one. Time flies when you're having fun. The next time an attack action card hits a hero this turn, you may destroy an aura they control. If this was played from Arsenal, the next attack action card you play this turn gets +3. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. Prime the crowd. Darling of the crowd. Alright, 2 packs left of box 3. And then we will see what the end of the case has in store for us. But it's been pretty legit so far. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this one. Reviled Brute. Discard this. You may reveal a reviled attack action card from your inventory and put it into your hand. Okay. It's an okay attack in and of itself, but then that instant ability is kind of fun too. If you've got that, I've got this card over here that I really need to. There we go. Finally. For the next 20 minutes that Dorinthia is still CC illegal, that's going to be a staple for me. Alright, we finally got our beat of the Iron Song. Finally in the last pack of box 3. Can we get a second one in box 4? That would be great. What other surprises are in store? Let's find out. None in pack 1. That was a pretty bog standard pack 1. I was about to say, did we get a cold foil? We did. We got that Cries of Encore cold foil. Ooh, so we got a rainbow foil of that Battlefield Bacon to go along with Bacon of Victory. That's pretty nice. Always, always, always like a expansion slot foil. Cards of Fitting this can't gain plus. That Smash with Big Rock again. And Hungry for More, which we've seen a couple times. That's the when it leaves, gain 3. I don't know. I think I like the way this set is built. I don't know that I'll be able to. I haven't played the game in a hot minute. I need to sit down and actually. Oh, hey. What happens next? Cold foil. I do really like those small box cold foils. They look really nice. Even the common ones. That makes me happy. Though I'm still not sure. I love a non-equipment common cold. Maybe I do. Actually, you know, maybe. I don't know. I was trying to say, I'm not sure if I'll get to play any sealed events or anything. Oh, snap. Cut a long story short. This is the discard their hand one. This is the get lots of tokens if you've had them this turn. There's all kinds of good stuff. What's going on here? Brothers in Arms. I feel like I've seen more double rare packs in the later boxes. There's another copy of Parched Terrain, which is still, that feels like a decent aura. I don't know. No Tall Tales though. Can't get go again. Loses and can't get go again. If it hits. Which is a nightmare for Dorinthia, even with the new delightful beat of the Iron Song. Okay, there is a token bait. You can't play or activate cards you own. Destroy this when the chain link resolves. Once per turn, attack reaction 0. This gets +1 and go again. I'm gonna have to read that more because I don't get it. Take that. Gangraberry. We've seen that one. I've been sad to see a bunch of people stopping their stuff. I saw not long ago, a while back, Master Set Madness saying he wasn't doing Flesh and Blood videos anymore. That makes me sad. But I feel like I've seen a couple other people kind of in the same boat, which makes me sad. I get it, but it makes me sad. Shining Courage. Still, I want that hero. Thanks, please. Oh, dang, here we go. Rip up their virtues. Destroy up to 3 toughness. Create my... Okay, so that's the opposite of the revered one we saw where you destroy might and create that much up to that much toughness. That's fun. I like that it goes both ways. More battlefield bacon. More of the wrong warrior card. It's what, 3 of that, counting a foil now? Only 1 beat of the Iron Song? Come on. There's another copy of Fix the Match. That's a card that could be fun. Alright, we're at roughly the halfway point. Some of the packs have shifted, so I can't tell exactly what the stacks were, but we're roughly there. So we are reaching the end of the first case I've opened of superslam. I don't know. I really feel like the art is popping out really boldly in this set. I feel like I like the way, hey, up on a pedestal. I like overall the way it's set up as a, for like sealed limited play. And I think the theme's just honestly kind of fun. I know a lot of people disagree, so that, you know what, that's fine too. I'm not mad at people who don't agree, but I kind of think it's fun. Act of Glory. There's Thespian Charm. So instead of buying the Armory deck, just buy a case and you'll get 3 of them. I'm kidding. That's actually a terrible idea. Do not do that. Another catch of the day. 3 catch of the day. Still only 1 beat of the Iron Song. There's a word for that. And that word is rude. Toughen up. Clench the upper hand. Unwavering resolve. That's our last resort wannabe, I think. Oh, return the results. That looks cool. Looks like a little lizard, Dilophosaurus, or we dig. flex strength. 2 steps ahead. Down to about 4 or 5 packs. I'm thinking it's 4. I've already got a cold foil, so I don't know if we should be expecting anything else wild here. Tempest Palm Gust Wave. Another expansion slot card that we are seeing for the first time. If Surging Strike was the last attack of this combat chain, this gets +2. If this is played at chain length 3 or higher, go again. That's not bad. Brothers and Farms. Hey, palm of your hand. There we go. It's another card that I'm happy to see another copy of. Yeah, Felling. We got some of the palm. Only one beat of the Iron Song. We got the Flick Knives and flanking. Warmonger's Diplomacy. I'm like, diplomacy is in this name. What is wrong with me? Bully Tactus. When this attacks, you may pay up to 3. Intimidate them that many times. That is gross. It's a 0 for 3. So if you've got a way to give that go again, that's just mean. Renounce Violence. Here's the reverse of that. Destroy 3 might and create that many. Alright, last pack. Plow Under. Okay, alright. That's not what I was fishing for. I was hoping for another beat of the Iron Song. But I'm not going to be mad at a Plow Under either. Okay. That's a pretty decent first case, I would say. Lots of foil super rares. What? 1, 2. Oh, that one's not foil. 1, 2. Where was it? No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right at 3 a box. How many total super rares? Good grief. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. So, pretty close to, I mean, a little less than 1 every 2 packs, but pretty darn close. Comes out to like 10.75 per box. That's not bad. All right, Rainbow Foil Majestics. We got 5. Bully Tactics, Battlefield Bacon, Crowd Goes Wild Fix, and Blood Follows Blade. We got 2 Cold Foil Majestics, which are pretty nice. 2 common cold foils. I like the small box on both of them. Pile of Majestics too. I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. $32. So 8 a box basically. We got a Marvel, Gallo into the line, who's kinda nasty. 2 legendaries, both reprints, Flick Knives and Warmonger's Diplomacy, never bad to see, and the usual slew of everything else. I'm not upset at this first case. Tell me how you're pulling, if you've opened any yet, what you're thinking about the set, who you're playing, who you played in sealed, anything like that. Hopefully I'll get to report at some point that I have gotten to play some sealed myself, because I love doing it. I'm not good at limited formats, but I like them. So we'll see what we can do. In any case, thank you so much for spending some of your day with me as I start into the Super Slam journey. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.